quick story. Listen, y'all. We gave Mama Gail keys when we first moved.
Yeah.
We gave her keys to the house. That's his mama. We gave her keys because she stayed locally.
There has to be a connection on each individual level.
Yeah.
When it comes to relationships, it ain't just, okay, a group deal.
I think before we even address boundaries, though, babe, we got to address people as individuals.
Y'all just doing too much.
You don't hang around all your family. So
sometimes you just got to leave things alone and let that work out for itself. You know what I'm saying? Over time. I'm your host, Sylvester Wilson.
And I'm your co-host, Jasmika Wilson.
Are your in-laws stressing you out?
They shouldn't.
Welcome. This is Relationships 101 Podcast, your introduction to a healthy, committed relationship. I'm your host, Sylvester Wilson.
And I'm your co-host, Jasmika Wilson.
Are your in-laws stressing you out?
They shouldn't. Not with boundaries.
I mean, when we come into these committed relationships, I feel like you marry your in-laws.
You marry somebody with a family. Huh?
So you don't feel like you marry your in-laws?
No, I marry you.
But you marry me, you marry the family too.
Yeah, but you said I married my in-laws. I married you, and a part of you, I inherited.
You inherited, thank you.
A family.
Yes, you sure inherited a family.
Absolutely.
So if you had one mama, now you got two.
Absolutely.
If you had one daddy, now you got two. Siblings, all that. You inherited it.
Absolutely.
And which means that it's a part of the dynamic now. How do we handle that? Are they toxic? Are your in-laws toxic? Are they hard to deal with? What is the dynamic of y'all relationship? And how's it going?
Headphones.
Take that off. Fix the left side.
But yeah, no, let's get into it because it's a real conversation.
It is.
I know it's not we know it's not no worldwide number that we can attach to, divorce happened because 26% said in-law dispute. Like we've tried to do the research and there was no stats in regards to the percentage of divorces that happen because of in-law differences.
Right.
But we know it's a real thing and it can be marital conflict. Mm-hmm. It might don't lead to a divorce or it may do lead to a divorce, but it's something. But something that I can share from our research,
What can you share?
It said that women have more marital problems with in-laws than the guys.
Or are you guys more sensitive to the in-law thing?
I think we're more relational. So, of course, some sensitivity is going to be there. But I just believe naturally women desire it to be whole, it to be well put together and everybody blend well. Well, guys, y'all really, hey, we're going to show up at mama's on Christmas. All right, we're going there for Christmas. But it ain't outside of Christmas. I need mama to check up on me or something. So I think that's why that stat was there.
Or y'all just doing too much. It happens a lot. So establishing boundaries is very important in the in-law relationship. It really is.
I'll give a quick story. Listen, y'all. We gave Mama Gail keys when we first moved.
Yeah.
We gave her keys to the house. That's his mama.
Yeah.
We gave her keys because she stayed locally. We was like, here's a spare key. If something happened and we lock ourselves outside the house, if you need to go let somebody in the house, here's a key. Mama Gail decides whenever she stopped by, she wanted to use the key. So while we're talking about boundaries, we definitely had to establish those and have the uncomfortable conversations that people avoid. So now Mama Gail still got a key, but she don't use it when she know when to use it now. And it wasn't confrontational. It wasn't a fight. Right. It was just a conversation that needs to be had.
Right.
So on your boundaries, what would you suggest to the people? Because that can be a hard thing to establish.
I feel like when it comes to those boundaries, for one, I feel like it should be communicated first, right? Amongst the two.
Okay.
Like, let's talk about it first. Like, if you notice something that need to be checked, you know what I'm saying? Then let's talk about it first. Let's have that conversation so that we on one accord, right? Before it's taken to the person. So, either we taking that together, right? Which I feel like probably would be the best. And if it doesn't happen that way and just one of us is talking to the person, at least we know that the other person has our back and is saying and feeling the same way we are about it.
So maybe they should say, hey, we. Like, instead of saying my wife feel like y'all mistreating her, hey, y'all are disrespecting us when y'all do X, Y, Z.
Right.
Like, put it on us, definitely. Not just one party.
And definitely your delivery is everything. Like you say, using words that's inclusive. We. You know what I'm saying? To let them know it ain't just me, it's us. So yes, your daughter feels the same way I feel about it. And also making sure that you delivering it in a loving way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't barking at nobody and you ain't starting no fires. You know what I'm saying? Because we both do feel this way. So it shouldn't be if you got a problem with that, then you got a problem with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we both feel that way. It's just that as long as it's delivered the right way, it shouldn't be an issue.
But what if you got a spouse who you're trying to communicate that to and y'all just not seeing eye to eye? So that spouse feel like she need to say it or he need to say it for himself because you're not going to say it.
Is it that they just ain't going to say it or they just don't agree?
Maybe they don't agree or they're not a confrontational person.
If it's just that they're not a confrontational person, then now we're talking about strengths and weaknesses. So then, okay, if that's more so your partner's strength and, the confrontation really ain't yours, then yeah, go ahead and let them lead the way and you back them up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At least to let them know, let your family know, or whoever family know that I feel the same way. It's just she or he is leading the confrontation. When I say confrontation, it doesn't have to mean, I know there's a negative connotation to the word confrontation. It doesn't have to mean that. It just means that we're confronting, we're meeting whatever the issue is head on. You know what I'm saying? Hence the word front.
I think before we even address boundaries, though, babe, we got to address people as individuals. Because I think people come into marriages or relationship with this false expectation that, oh, his family got to love me. Hold on real quick. Everybody in your family don't even love you. Everybody ain't even love Jesus. So why you get into this relationship and expect that all your in-laws got to love you? Respect. They got to have the Christ love for you, but they don't have to like you or invite you to everything or be around you all the time.
Real.
Like, let's just clear that out. All your in-laws ain't your friends. All your in-laws, you don't hang around all your family. So don't get in this family trying to act like, oh, your family out of whack. You don't hang around yours.
Right.
But yeah, I think we first need to deal with our expectations because that is a heavy expectation that people feel like your mama should like me or your daddy should like me. They should respect you and have Christ's love for you. But if they don't want a relationship with you, I don't feel it should come between.
It should affect what we got going on.
It shouldn't come between that.
True.
Unless you put in this person who don't like me before me or above me, or you making them come in a relationship and kind of bring us apart.
Starting a fire. You know what I'm saying? Unnecessary fire. Somebody don't, if you know your spouse or your loved one, the person you're in a committed relationship don't necessarily get along with whoever it is in your family, I don't feel that it's, that you should make them like actually be around the person because that could just make matters worse. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it could end up affecting what y'all got going on as opposed to, sometimes you got to leave things alone and let that work out for itself. You know what I'm saying? Over time, it's okay to love people from a distance until until the situation or the relationship matures enough.
Right. I just had to comfort us as individuals first because we have false expectations. I'm grateful that I have a relationship with,
Right.
certain people in the family, but it's like those that's not
do you
there.
have to have a relationship with everybody? Do you got to be good? Do everybody got to respect? You got to not respect. Everybody's gonna respect, but do everybody have to accept you?
No.
In the family, like it doesn't have to be that way. No. So even if you're in that dating stage right now, or y'all still just in a committed relationship, y'all haven't got engaged yet, or maybe you engaged, just having that conversation about what you expect. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's have that conversation so the expectations, because a big thing that could ruin a relationship is false expectations. And that's on whatever level and whatever category of our journey together. So let's have that talk too. In-laws, what do we expect? What do you expect? You expect everybody to like you? That's kind of I think that's kind of
they human.
It's kind of it's kind of fantasy land there. You know what I'm saying? Like, in reality, everybody's not gonna like you. So let's go into it knowing that and being open to it, because it shouldn't affect us.
Right.
Because you feeling some type of way because your expectation wasn't met with somebody in my family that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's do this the right way. And that's why we doing this. What? Relationships 101?
Your introduction.
So introducing. You know what I'm saying?
Have that conversation, like
in-laws.
Because really, take away the term in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
Individuals.
Right.
Humans.
Individual laws.
Yeah, just because there's a title to the relationship now, relationships still have to be developed.
Yeah.
They you gotta work on them.
Right.
We don't partner and go into relationships with everybody and anybody. Yeah. Just remove the title. They're humans.
And you're saying, by individual, you mean like there has to be a connection on each individual level.
Yeah.
When it comes to relationships, it ain't just a group deal to where just because me and you are in love and we've committed to each other, to where everybody, like, all together, we've made a commitment to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not what it is. Now, you've inherited, right? But as it comes to, when it comes to those each individual relationship with each individual person, that's something that has to be worked out. What? Individually.
Yeah.
And we got to look at that's more realistic. So
and plus with that, and on top of setting boundaries, I think what messes up a lot of people too is, say you go outside the home venting about me. Of course you gonna make them despise me or feel a way about me.
Listen, that's this. I'm glad this relationship 101, and that right there is 101. That's the first class you take. That's what you teach. That you learn that at. Don't talk bad about your loved one, to your spouse, the person you with in a committed relationship with. Don't go talking bad about them to your family members.
You want your mama to love a whore?
That's fundamental. Right?
5 times she cheated on you.
That's fundamental. That's fundamental. Whatever y'all going through, man, hey, y'all work that out. If you need to talk to anybody, let it be somebody who, not your family.
Right.
Not your family member, dog.
Or I feel like a mature family member. Like, let's say they got an uncle or aunt, somebody that can forgive past this one offense, and they'll see the heart, or they believe in, it being restored. That might be a safe place.
Okay. So I say somebody who maybe for a fact has
that unforgiveness.
When we talk about the individual relationship and that individual commitment, somebody who for a fact has also made an individual commitment with the person you're with, that they're committed to them. They want to see him win. They want to see y'all together, and they gonna ride it out. And you know what I'm saying? So that way they can see that person through the faults.
Remember that time?
That's still gonna be their bro. That's still gonna be their whoever.
Remember that time we was beefing and I used to have my parking lot petty days when you piss me off? Like, I'd go sit in the parking lot and then just in your mind have you wondering where I'm at. And you called Gail one time and was like, "Hey, Mom, you know where Jazz at?" She's like, don't put me in the middle of that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Then she called my phone. She called my phone. She said, "Girl, man, looking for you." But that goes with what you're saying. Like, she want this to work.
Right.
So even if you call her saying, "You know where Jazz at," that could have been somebody else who been like, she with another person, or she just putting that toxic stuff in your brain. But
yeah, but it's far and few though, the people that you can actually be sharing those things with, because you know everybody can't hold water. You feel me?
Right.
And everybody ain't got holy water either. You got, some people get mad with you and spray you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be careful of who you sharing or venting to about your person.
And we got one more. What we got? You can't create boundaries when mama or daddy or auntie or sisters helping you financially in that relationship.
Ooh, now that's a good one. That's a good one right there. You can't expect that. I mean, I know there's people. Okay. There was I heard about somebody one time. I had a homeboy who used to he used to tell me about some things he was going through. You know what I'm saying? I ain't say no name, I ain't spraying nobody. But all in all, everything he was saying, the issues he was having with in-laws and all that, what it boiled down to, after all that, is the fact that the mama, used to be, you know what I'm saying, helping them out, and ain't nothing wrong with the mama helping them out and being you know what I'm saying, she's a part of the network, right? She a part of the support system. But if that person is helping out more than, you know what I'm saying, like more often, then it's kind of like business, right? Like if I'm putting in and I'm steady putting in, and that means I got more say so now. Like I own more shares in the company, so I got more say so than y'all. If I'm putting more in than y'all is, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you end up with somebody else running your company or running your relationship and telling y'all what to do and feeling like they got that privilege to do so because I'm the one who always bailing y'all out or helping y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, man, you got to swallow that crap, man, if that's what's happening. And if not, then you got to, take it like a champ on at the fact that sometimes we might just have to go through that hard time. We might just have to go through it for the sake of knowing that we ain't got no more shares to give up. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't allow no more, we can't give nobody else no more privileges to come in and control things, because you got to know with any type of exchange, there's going to be some expectation or there's going to be some conditions to any type of exchange. So, and that's on every level, right? At the grocery store, wherever. Some type of exchange, conditions going to come with that. There's an expiration date on everything you buy. Like if I buy this now, the expiration date, I'm bringing it back. That's some conditions with every exchange. And if that person continue to exchange and give you, helping y'all out, pay this or pay that or whatever it is that they helping you out with, if they taking you to work every day, like you got to expect them to have some type of leverage over what's going on, or they feel like they do. Mm-hmm. And that's a conversation that y'all got to have. You know what I'm saying? You're either going to relinquish them or stop them from helping you out so much,
right? And
take that like a champ, or
they gonna keep getting and keep dealing with whatever mama say.
You might well go ahead and pass them keys over or something. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because they in now. Move them in the next room or something. Like, let them, get the big bedroom. Because y'all, hey, it happens. So that's a conversation that needs to be confronted too. Don't get mad if mama or daddy or auntie, they coming in and they thinking they running everything, or they just got this legal what it is when somebody feeling like they got the right to
authority, power.
They feeling what it is, babe?
I'm not in your brain. I offered you 2 words.
Oh, brain. they feel like they
got control.
When somebody feel like they just got, like you owe them something. We say that they are
entitled.
Yeah, look at that charades, nigga. R101 charades, baby, is on the way. God, so they had this particular entitlement about themselves, about your relationship, right? Your house, your car, you know what I'm saying? How much leverage are you giving them? How much are you taking from them? All help ain't good help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I better learn how to leave and cleave.
For real.
Leave
and cleave.
That means leave all what you were doing. Like, we ain't saying mama can't drop off a couple of bags of groceries here and there, but mama shouldn't be paying a mortgage, like, unless something drastic happened and you need mama to hold you down for a month.
And mama understand though.
Right. She understand it's a season, a hardship, or whatever it may be, and she just helping for that time. But it's leave and cleave. Like, when we left, we left. Like, my daddy wasn't paying none of my bills no more. Like, even when I moved here and I was on their phone plan, they like, why you called and disconnect the phone? Why you took your phone off our phone plan? I just felt like I needed to leave, and everything you were doing for me, I had to cut ties. So you can't feel like, why you ain't answer the phone? Something as petty as that.
Yeah.
You ain't pay my phone bill.
Yeah.
But it's really leave and cleave and figure out how y'all are gonna advance.
Figure it out yourself. Figure it out yourself. Because we
God honor marriage. Yeah. He'll do it for you.
Definitely.
He'll do it.
What do you say? Favor.
Yeah, he'll do it.
Man finds a wife, he finds a good thing, and he receives favor from the Lord. That favor can get your phone bill paid now. You just gotta remind him about what he said. So just like you said, cut the ties. You got to cut the ties.
Cut the ties.
Just like you cut the ties with the exes and all that, like cut the ties with your mom and them too.
Cut the ties.
And I ain't saying cut them off. I'm just saying whatever you was receiving from them, like that gives them authority. So you got to cut the ties so that you could, because you got to get it on your own now. We building something. Y'all got to you building something with your partner over there. Your own culture, your own everything. Y'all got your own foundation that y'all building. And unless it's some type of hardship, and we understand that, you know what I'm saying? Ain't always been, you know what I'm saying? We came from grandma room. We feel you. However, if you just can't get them too much. Like, don't accept too much help, because that could kind of tilt. We're talking about when it's imbalanced, it becomes toxic.
Speaking on giving them too much, I think they also need to see that you are, like, we're unbreakable. Like, we're a force that you can't come in and destroy us. Cause
you saying like not
inlaws.
Okay, not accepting.
Right. So not accepting what they give, but also showing them like we are force, like we together, we a team. I'm not talking about him to you. He's not talking about me to you. Like, we are a team. I think when people see you in that space, they have no choice but to respect it. They may not like it.
I feel like I could have been doing that with you though when you was
like we're force. Like, this is just what it is.
I'm about to break something over here.
This is just what it is.
Right.
I think when they see that you are that team, they're not going to come as much or as frequent.
How do you show them that though? Like what?
Each and every time there's a disagreement or somebody trying to say something, it's jazz and man.
Just stand on one accord. Yeah,
it's jazz and man.
Supporting each other.
You can't come to man about jazz and bashing.
Oh, that reminds me. It reminds me too. Another thing too is supporting. Supporting a person is very important. You might not see it the way that they see it, your partner. You might not see it the way they see it, but if they feel like it's some type of violation or this person is overstepping some boundary or something and it should be addressed, you may not, because I ain't always agree with everything and she not always agree with it, but you got to support them. You got to
hear them out.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's y'all too, man. So it's like, I'm gonna hear you out. What happened? What's the point? It's like, tell me what happened, but I'm not seeing. You know what I'm saying? Especially as men, it's a lot we don't be seeing, bro.
And I think as women, we need to remove, again, I'm going back to the false expectations. Like, we'll come to them about something that one of their family members did, but our family does the same thing to us. So it's gonna be hard for them to respect, oh, your aunt or whoever offended me when she did this, when they see that your family kind of offend you in the same way and you ain't cut them off.
No, they messy too now.
So don't expect me to cut them off. So I think you just need to apply some grace there. Because at the end of the day, remove the title. In-laws, they're human. I had to learn to look at it that way. Because we come in like, but that's supposed to be my in-law. Like, why that happened? No, that's a human. We all deal with different spirits, and it's life.
Right.
It happened. It's life. That's his family. I inherited a family, but I still got to apply that same grace that I apply to mine.
Yeah.
And that's what helped me.
You're dealing with different personalities. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
It's some personalities just don't click. You know what I'm saying? And you hate to put yourself in a position to where you in the middle playing advocate or
trying to throw the ball back, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Come back over here.
You gotta be the advocate or play the middleman. You know what I'm saying, for your partner and a family member. I pray that nobody have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Communicate, support,
right,
and agree on the boundaries that need to be set. Right. I ain't saying, as soon as you get married now, it's like, all right now, y'all, ma, no more this, daddy, cousin, Quay, no. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's on a case-by-case basis.
Right. Timing matters.
Yeah, so somebody across a boundary, and then you may have, the sooner the better.
Yeah.
Because if they see that you ain't doing nothing or saying nothing about it, and then you don't let it go 100 times, and now you want to say something, that might not come out too, you know what I'm saying? It might not go across too smooth. But the sooner you address it, the better. And it's okay to let them know, hey, it's different now. Right. I'm married now. You know what I'm saying? I'm married now. Right. Like, it's different. Like, that was okay when I wasn't married, cuz. But now, it ain't okay. So you can't just be popping up. You can't just be doing the jangling dance and all that. Like, I'm just making that. I don't even know what that is. But whatever it is, that it may be something that used to happen or used to transpire before you were married. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In regards to how y'all interact or how that person comes around, whatever the case is. And it's like, well, it can't happen that way no more. Like, hit me up before you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We dealing with something new here. You know what I'm saying? Two cultures, two different cultures that we come with. Hers and what she grew up with, mine that I grew up with. And we up under one roof trying to sort all this out and create a whole new one.
Right.
And we don't need no outside calamity going on, something as simple as popping up, you know what I'm saying, mm-hmm. unannounced, or anything that we've discussed already, and somebody just ain't respecting it.
I was just about to say, what if you do if somebody not respecting the boundaries that y'all are creating? Because let's be real, it all sound good, but let's tap over.
Then it could get ugly.
Ugly, like
it could get. It means that, for one, then now you got to be a little bit more assertive when it comes to communicating to this person, because maybe they, you know what I'm saying, a little ABC 1, 2, 3, you know what I'm saying, and maybe they might need a little bit more clarity. You know what I mean? Like, you got to explain something to them, but they may need a little bit more communication, and when it comes to it, maybe they just have a hard time understanding. And I'm a person with a lot of patience. I give them the benefit of the doubt, without, snapping on them or whatever. But once I see where you just refuse to respect, then it's like, okay, then I got to get disrespectful. And then you just got to be loved from a distance, because I ain't going to stop loving you. But the respect factor ain't there. So that means you got to, from over there, let's say that way. You know what I'm saying?
So is it okay to, if we have to at times make family members or in-laws be placed at a distance?
I'm sitting so much higher than you.
You want me to come up?
I want you to come up. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing too, cause we in the season, we in a certain season, right? There you go, baby. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Hey. Come up higher, y'all. Come up higher.
Hey,
come up out of them offenses. Come up out of the rejection. Like, leave all that behind. It is holding up your blessings.
Leave it down there, man.
Leave it down there and come up higher. Because I've been down there before, and I ain't never going back. Exactly. I got so much joy, so much peace. Come up higher.
Church people just make a sermon out of anything. Nigga just told her to pull the chair up. He got a whole sermon on come up.
No, because I know I know that's a heavy topic in relationships. Like people really struggle with the in-law topic. Like I've seen so many posts that be like in-laws need to be outlawed. No, you need to see them as individuals and remove these titles and expectations.
And I'm sure them same people that say in-laws need to be outlaws, I'm sure it's still somebody in that
desiring to be.
I'm saying it's still somebody over there in the in-law, like in their family, in the in-law side of it, that person's still cool with. But they, but you using this group title in-laws.
What do you mean?
Need to be outlawed. They can call out cousin Bam Bam and say he need to be outlawed. You know what I'm saying? Don't just say in-laws. Right.
Yeah. I just y'all remove the expectations from the relationship.
Yeah.
Show them that y'all are one. Everybody will say it. You cannot come between Jazz and Man. Like, it's evident. We show it over and over and over again. Yes, instances came where we showed it over and over again. It's Jazz and Man. Whether it was from my side, his side, outside, wherever.
Your mama's side, your daddy's side.
Over again.
On the roof side.
Once you show them that, then hey, and it's only gonna work if both of y'all agree that it's us against whoever.
Right.
If one of y'all still hanging on to mama and feel like y'all got this entitlement to mama and mama still do for y'all and mama still help y'all,
right.
We ain't for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Stop checking out my thighs and pay attention.
What you talking about?
Like, I just feel the energy.
What you talking about?
But yeah, y'all. Build relationships with your in-laws that want relationships. That's life.
That's it.
If they desire a relationship, you desire a relationship, build it.
Build that thing.
If you desire a relationship, they don't desire a relationship, leave it. Dust your feet off.
Leave it.
Come on, don't force nothing. It's human.
Leave and cleave.
Leave and cleave.
Yeah.
I married him, inherited a family. Those that love me, I love you back. Those that can't draw close to me, I draw close. Those that be like, hey, I don't like her personality, or I don't like that she don't talk a lot, and they draw away from me, I respect your boundaries. I'm not going to disrespect your boundaries. Don't disrespect me and my relationship. I'm sorry for that tangent.
I mean, it's quite all right.
So you want to leave them with the solutions?
You got to handle conflict. You gotta, I wasn't always a person who liked to handle conflict naturally. I don't. However,
I done seen you in some instances, and baby, it looks sexy.
No, yeah.
Yeah, Clifford ain't gonna listen, so I could call him on this one. Clifford ain't watching the episode, so I could call his name.
Hey,
Clifford ain't listening, but one time a boy had to stand up for me with Clifford.
Hey.
And my boy stood up. That thing looked sexy. Like,
hey,
don't do it.
In the words of Prophet Kendrick, sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. But naturally, that ain't even my character. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really takes something to really some major disrespect to make me like get out of character. However, I've learned over the years though that conflict has to be addressed. It ain't got to be dressed in a disrespectful way, but it has to be addressed because it only gets worse. You know what I'm saying? It turns from a confrontation to a bagfrontation and a sidefrontation.
What does that mean?
Instead of just being on the front,
it come all around.
End up on the back of you, on the side of you, it just take over all your space. Next thing you know, that issue is taking up every part of your life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
That's why it's called a confrontation. It's supposed to only be handled right here, and hopefully that's the only authority that it gets in your life is right there on the front lawn. You know what I'm saying? Right on the porch. Y'all handle that.
All right.
Wipe your feet off on the welcome mat before you come in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. The dog get out of it? Okay.
So,
I say respect. Because at the end of the day, that's still your family. At the end of the day, it's still my family.
Yeah.
So I respect what I say about your mom, your dad,
Definitely.
your siblings.
Definitely.
And you respect what you say about my mom, my dad, my siblings. And we good.
Yeah. Build positive connections with as much as you can. You know, the Bible says that you should be
at peace.
Be at peace with everybody.
Yeah.
So I mean, as much as you can, build positive relationships with everybody, but right now we're talking about in-laws. Mm-hmm. Build positive relationships with them, or positive connections, I should say. If it ain't something, not a connection where the only way you connect with this person is when y'all talking about somebody else. It's not a positive connection. You know what I'm saying? Because that ends up messy. Mm-hmm. I mean a positive connection, meaning we connect on a level where, you know, we talk about business, or we talk about, you know, we always compliment each other when we see each other, and that's how our communication always start, and never get on no negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, just positive connections. If you can't do that, and shout out to the cousins and the family who may not understand this, that some people watch that. They watch it. If I'm watching you and I know that it just don't seem like I can have a positive connection with you because you just so full of drama or something, and you ain't did that self-work, you know what I'm saying? Because like these things it's a spirit. It's a spiritual world. It's a spirit. And we recently was talking about how the spirit that you allow authority inside of your temple, it starts to, you start taking on an identity of that thing. You know what I'm saying? And people who know, who can see a little bit further than just the physical, they can see that on you and don't want to connect with something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So let's do that work. It's back to just doing that work, man. Do the work. If you got a problem with an in-law, it might be you. It might be some work that you haven't done on yourself and that needs to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, even if the conversation will be, hey, what is it about me that you just feel like you can't connect with? Though, is there something about me that you feel like you just
everybody ain't ready for that conversation?
Everybody not. That's a real grown up. That's a grown up thing.
Everybody ain't ready.
That's a grown up. That's a grown up thing now. But I'm talking to grown ups. I'm talking to grown ups now. So, you know, let's continue to grow and continue to show. And much love to the in-laws, man. We love y'all. Everybody out there.
Absolutely.
Ain't no pressure. No. We just want everybody to be.
Listen, you can't be praying, asking God to do. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't trying to get y'all a sermon, but you can't be praying, asking God to do something, and you got this unforgiveness in your heart towards them in-laws. It ain't worth it. God already told us our husbands receive favor from us. So I'm not blocking up his favor because I'm mad at somebody in his family.
Don't block me, baby.
I done been there.
I need some things.
I held on to the principle, what I felt like, what happened.
I need some things.
But when God took me on that healing journey, baby, and I realized, oh, so all that time I was asking you to bless my husband and do it for him and open up the door, you weren't doing it because of the unforgiveness that was in my heart? Oh, it's real. Nah, look, you offend me, baby. I'm trying to shake the offense off as quick as you gave it.
It's quick.
Or if there's a disagreement or I didn't like what you say, I'm trying to address it head on. Yeah. I remember me and his mom just recently had a small disagreement because me and her, we done crossed the line from mother-in-law and daughter-in-law to friends. So now we have friend offense. So I forgot what she did to me. But in that moment, I think I didn't answer the phone for her for like an hour because I was offended and she knew it. Once the hour passed, I call her, I say, hey, you know I was mad at you, right? She was like, well, I knew you was, but what I did? And I told her, we addressed it, we both apologized. I ain't got time for it. I love everybody. I have a relationship with people who desire to have a relationship with me, and that's just how we move. So that's just how we move.
Hey, it's
you know what it is. I changed it because we moving.
Oh, you moving? Okay.
How we move.
Hey,
you gotta just jump in.
Yeah. Jump in that
That's how I be. Like when the in-laws come and he like, nah, babe, but it's bro. And I'm like, it's move. We like, that's just how we move. You know what it is. What it is. But we out, y'all. Love everybody. Build with who desire to build with you. And let go of these false expectations. They are humans. Your family got the same drama your in-laws got. So stop trying to act like you married into perfection and you finna build a better empire.
Right.
Same demons exist in us all.
Exactly. Let's work them out.
We out.
Peace. One.